It's just, oh my goodness, I've got an itchy bum. Saying the directions, it doesn't say what. Hi you guys, it's Karen and I have got a review for you of a self tanner. I was very excited when I saw this because any kind of tan oil really appeals to me, because I feel like the biggest problem that we have with self tanners is streaking, isn't it? And I feel like that's because that skin is too dry, and anything with oil in it then means that it's going to moisturize a lot better, and that's good for me. This has also got something else unique in it. It is an SPF 50, which is just blooming amazing in my books. I've never seen anything else that's got an SPF in it, and I wouldn't normally like a self tanner that had an SPF in it because I wouldn't use it as a makeup base. You know, I'd never put on self tan in the morning, and I haven't used this in this way, but I think for those of you that want to use it that way, it would be great. And I think this would be a great one to use on holiday. So let me tell you how much it costs, what the claims are, what the ingredients are, and tell you how I found it. I haven't got any before and after pictures. Oh, I'm so itchy today, I don't know why. Yeah, I haven't got any before and after pictures, unfortunately, because I went and put it on. I suppose I could wait until it's faded. I could take a picture without my makeup on today, wait until it's faded, take another, I don't know. I don't know whether I'll be able to put pictures in for you or not, but it is a gradual tan as opposed to a really dark tan. So that's probably the first thing to tell you. If you're looking for a really dark tan, this isn't any Saint-Tropez type product. It is £39 from Boots. I got it from Boots for £39, and I think that's pretty expensive, even when Saint-Tropez, I think the Saint-Tropez one is about 30, isn't it? So it's even more expensive than that. And I'm assuming that's because of the SPF 50 or because Vita Liberata is a lot more expensive. Anyway, I'm not sure. I thought they were about on a par with Saint-Tropez. Anyway, it says the world's first self-tan dry oil with SPF 50. So that is its unique selling point, if you like. Treat your skin with non-greasy marula oil. It is non-greasy. I'm going to tell you what I think of the claims as I go through. It is non-greasy. It's a really nice oil to use. Tan your skin with Eco Hurt DHA and protect your skin with advanced broad spectrum SPF 50. Pheno O2 technology, I don't know what that is, offers the long-lasting tan result up to 10 days with just one application. Certified organic ingredients condition and nourish the skin. It does feel very nice on the skin, and it does feel like it's moisturising, offering a skincare regime whilst tanning and protecting. East African marula oil, anti-aging hydrating benefits, 4 times more hydrating than argan oil with 4 times more vitamin C than oranges. Tahitian mono oil for healing, skin repair and additional moisture locking. It says exfoliate but do not moisturise prior to tanning and avoid moisturising shower creams. Apply to skin long circular movements and use sparingly on hands, feet, knees and elbows. Allow at least 1 hour before rinsing. Oh, I didn't realise that. You can put it on for an hour and then rinse off. For optimum tan results, wait out hours, wash hands immediately after, or alternatively use a tanning mix. I have to say, I really like this. And what I can say about some companies is they come out with an innovative idea, and in this case the SPF 50 in a self-tanner, but I feel like they rush it or don't test it, or something happens that makes it a not so great product, and that is pointless. And I can give you an example actually with this company, Vita Liberata, I believe it was them, yes it was, made the bronzing powder, and the idea is it is a self-tanner that's also a bronzer, and so you use the brush, you put it on and it works to self-tan you. I found that completely hopeless as both a self-tanner and as a bronzer. The product wouldn't hold onto the brush. I tried several different brushes, it just wouldn't stick to the brush. If I did get it on my face, it looked very, very patchy, so I couldn't use it as a bronzer. I tried to put it all over my face and then rinse it off the following day, and I couldn't see any colour difference at all. It was a great idea, a bronzing powder, but it just didn't work in practice. So I did have my doubts about how good this would be, but I do think it's really, really nice. But it is a gradual tanner. I think it does say on it. It didn't say it there, did it? But I'm sure I read it somewhere. Maybe it's on the actual title. Dry oil self-tan. No, it says self-tan, but oh no, here we go. 3-in-1, a gradual build tan, instant bronze colour, SPF protection. So there is a slight little thing there that says it's gradual. It's not calling itself a gradual tanner, but it does say that it is a gradual build tan. I would say it is a gradual tanner. If you've got a gradual tanner in light, medium and dark, I would say that this is dark, or it's a very light self tan. It's not one that's going to give you a huge colour. So I have got this, I put this on last night on my face and neck. I had it on before that, 3 days before it. It claims to last 10 days, I think it said there, didn't it? I wouldn't find that that works with any tan on my face and neck, because I'm too aggressive with my cleansing, if you like, that I just don't think that they would last that long. So it didn't last that long for me. I would say maybe 3 days. But I also put this on my legs and feet, and it is still going strong. It does still look really nice. And so that was 4 days ago now. This, like the Saint-Tropez self-tan oil, is one of the only ones that I've used on my legs and feet that hasn't gone patchy. I really struggle with getting I don't think there's anything I've used that's been 100% patch free on my feet, but this and the self-tan oil are as close as I can get. And I think it's, like I said, because it's got the oil in it, and also with this, because it's a lighter colour, it's much nicer. The good thing about this that I didn't like about the Saint-Tropez one, I maybe should have compared the two, but the Saint-Tropez one was very, very scented with lemongrass. Now, interestingly, this does have lemongrass in it, but I didn't smell it in it at all. It actually, you know what? Now I smell it straight from here. It has got the same scent as the Saint-Tropez one, but if that one is 100% fragrance, this is like 10%. You know, it's a very, very light, refreshing fragrance. I wish it didn't have fragrance in it at all, to be honest, but I've had a look at the ingredients. I even put a little line, and it is far down on the list, far enough that I wouldn't be too bothered. If you've got very sensitive skin, then I wouldn't suggest using this on your face. I used it on my face and it was absolutely fine, and there is no alcohol in this. When you look at the claims and the instructions, etc., it doesn't tell you whether it is for body specifically. I suppose it suggests that it's just for body, and it doesn't say anything about the face, but I don't see any reason why you can't use it on the face. Looking at the ingredients, they're all fine. Even if you've got oily skin, I still get people asking me if you can use something with oil in it on oily skin, but definitely you can. The more oil you put on your face, as long as it's a good oil, like don't just spread lard on it, but your skin will realise there's oil there and not produce as much oil. So it is good for oily skin, and there's nothing that I can see that is pore blocking. And the only thing I would say is if you've got sensitive skin, like I said, don't use it on your face. Think of all the things that you guys would want to know. I was much better when I had my spreadsheet. It doesn't go patchy, so it didn't go patchy on application for me on either my face or neck. And I don't think it's quite, you know how I normally get those wrinkles are very white. I don't think it's as obvious this time. It didn't go patchy at all on my feet. It's very, very smooth. There was, like I said, that very light scent, but there's no self-tan smell at all. I wish there was, actually. I really like the tan smell, but there was no self-tan on development at all. My skin felt very, very moisturised. If I don't put a moisturiser on, my skin can feel tight. And because I use this at night instead of a night cream, I do notice if I put a tan on that isn't moisturising, but this was very moisturising, obviously, with the oil. But it was also, it did absorb very well. It is definitely a dry oil, so I think it wouldn't be too bad as a makeup base. But like I said, I think the great thing about this, because of the SPF 50, is you would be able to go on holiday, for example, and use this all over, and you've got your SPF 50 protection. And in fact, it might be something you just want to use on holiday because it's pretty expensive. And I suppose I keep on shaking this so you can't see, but I saw yesterday I'd used up to about there already, and that was one application on my legs and feet from kind of knee downwards. I didn't do right the way up to the top, and then my face and neck twice, and I've used that much, so it's not going to last for very long. So not greasy. What else? Seems to be fading. It, like on my neck, it didn't go patchy as it faded. It does fade very nicely, and my feet are, they don't look like they've faded very much, but they're not fade. There's no patchiness, and it's been on for 4 or 5 days. I suppose the biggest question is it worth the £39? Obviously that depends on what you can afford and what you want to spend on self-tan oils, but I'd spend £39 on this over and above spending £30 on the Saint-Tropez one. Oh, God, what a bloody fright. That was funny. The dog walker arrived and Watson was sleeping in the bedroom and all his face was squished, so one side of his muzzle was completely flattened. Bless him, he didn't want to go out. What was I saying? No, I was saying that I would pay £39 for this over and above. Like if I had a choice of paying £39 for this or £30 for the Saint-Tropez one, I would pay the extra to get this. The reason is because it doesn't smell as strong. The Saint-Tropez one is way too strong. And also because this one doesn't have any glitter. But you know what, I'm saying that and thinking, does it? Because I didn't notice any glitter, but let me just double check to make sure there is literally no glitter. No, there's a sort of sheen. Let me put some on my hands and see. I've just used a tissue to rub some on my hands to make sure that there's no, it gives a sheen but no glitter. I didn't think there was, but I just wanted to double check. So yeah, the other one, the Saint-Tropez one has glitter, this doesn't. This one is a lighter colour than the Saint-Tropez, and for me that works out better using it on my legs and feet. It doesn't smell as strong. Going forward, I'll use this just on my legs and feet, just because with it being so expensive, I'd like to see how long it lasts, and that's really where I need something with oil in it, is on my legs and feet. So that's where I'll use it going forward, and I don't know whether I'll repurchase it at that price. I actually used points I had from, we bought our washing machine from Boots online, and that gave me loads of points on my Boots card, so I was able to go a bit mad in Boots. But whether or not I'd repurchase it for £39, I don't know, but I do really like it. I think it's lovely. Really interesting is when the drugstore catch up and do one of their own, because normally you find new technology like this or new ideas come out in the high level first, and then the drugstore companies follow quite a bit later. But I can't wait till one of the drugstore brands comes out with one. Like if St. Moritz came out with one, that would be amazing, and I'll definitely do a review for you guys and try and keep an eye on that. Those kind of brands, you know, the L'Oreals and St. Moritz, etc. Everything. I'll have a look and see if there's anywhere online that is doing it for any lesser cost, and if there is, I'll put a link for you below. I'll link it below for you anyway, but if I can find somewhere cheaper than Boots, that's what I'll link. I'll list all of my makeup in the description below. I was thinking what on my list in there, but just to let you know as well, you won't see my PO box appearing in my description box anymore. It'll be in a lot of old videos, and I don't now know what to do, whether to go through each old video and remove the PO box, because I'm not going to renew my PO box at the end of May. I think it runs out, or maybe at the beginning of May, it runs out, and I know that a lot of you asked me last year to be sending me birthday cards and whatnot, so I bought a PO box, but it was about £300 and I just can't afford to renew it this year, so I'm not going to use it. And it's in Edinburgh, it's not very often I get there, and when I do get there it's on a weekend and they're closed, and you know, it's just not really very convenient, unfortunately. So just to let you know, you won't see that appearing, and if you do see it appearing and you had wanted to write me a letter, because I have got some wonderful letters through there, then after May it won't exist. That really is everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you.